Well, good evening, everybody, to Beyond the Ordinary Show. Welcome. Today, we are speaking with an amazing intuitive healer and medium who had the pleasure of meeting in person on the island of Kauai a few months ago. And we've just clicked. And my God, the gifts that she offers are just extraordinary. And today, we're going to be talking about soul speak. But I want to talk a little bit about Susan Allen as an intuitive healer medium and her journey as well, because I think it will spark something inside of you. Um, a knowingness, this communication that exists that you can tune into as well, and guided by other vibrations that can hold a signature that is of a higher octave. We all lift each other to that place, and the clarity becomes more apparent and obvious. The confidence that comes from feeling more deeply the truth inside ourselves is profound. And really, the gifts that Susan can offer by sharing what she does and how she does it, which we're going to get into on today's call, are going to help you remember that and then train you into a new field of possibilities. So it's going to be an amazing call. We're going to take live calls. We're going to talk about more about trusting your intuition, about your guides, how to tune into them, your higher self, maybe how to distinguish between the different characters that show up in our mind and in our field. And we're going to be sharing so much more. So I hope that you all sit back, relax, enjoy today's conversation. Raise your hand if you want to ask a personal question. We'll see if we can get Susan to tune in. Type your questions into the chat box. Let's have a lot of fun today and make this interactive. And with that, let me tell you a little bit more about Susan. So Susan Allen is an intuitive healer and medium who began studying mediumship and mysticism in her late teens. And Susan can connect with both humans and animals at their soul level. And what does that mean, right? We're going to talk a little bit about that. And she's been communicating with animals since childhood. What makes Susan's gift truly special is her ability to communicate on a soul level through soul speak with humans and animals. And soul speak is a name that came to her through meditation, and she conveys messages from clients' loved ones and pets, past and present. And when I was on Kauai and I saw her at this particular event, the message that came through, which I need to talk to you more about that afterwards as well, because she provided some revelations. Like, let me breathe into that for a second, but I felt the truth coming through that. So again, it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't be surprised if you get a message that may surprise you. But again, it's come with an open heart and let's see what unfolds for all of us. And with that, Susan, welcome to the call.
Thanks, John. It's so lovely to be with you. Such great energy around you.
It's great to be here with you as well. How did you brave the world and step into mediumship and start conveying messages from people who have passed on or even pets and even begin to think that, wait, I may be onto something here. I'm not crazy.
Wow, what a great question. I love the word that you used. It's so moving. Brave the world. I had to brave the world and like white knuckle it through most of my childhood and adulthood. And I have had so many careers and always connected with pets and always connected with horses in particular, and started to get messages from horses. And I thought, I'm really crazy. My husband's like, do not tell anybody you're getting messages from animals. This is going back when it wasn't as mainstream as it is right now. And what made me, I was doing it under a maiden name. So my day job, nobody would know it was me because I was hiding. I was like petrified that people would find out that I
Mhm.
was talking to spirit or animals. And I remember seeing a physician and he says, "What have you been up to?" And I said, "I talk to animals." And he's like, "We're okay if they're not talking back."
Mm.
So I knew it wasn't going to be accepted. So I had so much fear about, coming out and losing my income. And then I had this amazing dog that I loved more than life itself. She was like the child that I didn't birth.
Mm,
And when she crossed over, I changed. My eyes became a different color. The grief was so hard that I thought if I could get through that, I could come out and have a platform as a medium. Like
mm,
I braved it. I got through this tremendous grief and, I was able to live through it. And this should be mainstream. This should be something that I stand in because it's so powerful.
mm. At one point, did you ever get to a point where you're like, I've just got to put this out and just I don't care what people think anymore?
I think that all every day. I don't care. It's like I really don't care what people think because I'm not really here to convince anybody. And it's nice if I'm really accurate and I get hits and names and places. But what goes through me is tremendous amount of love. And that's what I feel when I'm doing it. And there's nothing more glittery than that. And I think I told you when we were on Kauai, my husband wanted to buy me an early birthday present and it was really expensive and I wouldn't let him buy it. And I just came home and I thought, I'm going to pray and put light on that. And I put light on it and it didn't compare to the light and love of the universe. It lost
Mm,
its glitter because that which we are truly connected to, that amazing love that I found through animals and then the spirit world and then connecting with that light, it's bright and it's so bright. It encompasses us with so much love. And that's the feeling that I love this because that's the feeling I have when I'm doing this work.
mm. How do you feel? What do you feel are the ripple effects of being able to communicate with someone's loved one who's departed or their animals? Because I understand, of course, there's a immediate comfort in like knowing that something continues and perhaps just a reconciling of something that was lost that we somehow glimpse of getting back. But what's beyond that point? What continues beyond the initial communication that you find or benefit for the clients that you read for?
Well, I think that they know that their loved ones are with them and are around them. And instead of like people will shout out, tell them how much I love them and how I wish I could have not euthanized him, or I wish I was there at your deathbed, Dad. And I'm sitting here going, he's right here. He hears everything that you say. So I think that there's still that they really are here with me. Like if they know exactly what you drank at Thanksgiving dinner and that you didn't open the Cabernet, but you opened the rosé. There's just like subtle things
Hmm,
that only spirit would know that I would know because I haven't met the person or I'm not in their world, so to speak. I think that's the beauty of why people want mediumship. I think it's incredibly healing on many levels.
hmm. Do you find that all beings that you communicate with on, we'll call it the other side of the veil, that they all have similar intentions for the loved ones that they're showing up for, or do you find that there's a lot of different personality mix and maybe some of them are really loving and intentional and want to support, but maybe some others are just, we'll call them still a little more mischievous?
Well, I haven't really come across that very often. I mean, I don't think I've ever come across it. The mischievous thing is when you're not um, sitting in the light and you have a thought that comes in that's not really yours and not the spirit world. It's somebody else's energy that I'm picking up on. So it took years and years to do that etheric, I call it the etheric building,
Hmm.
where you have a strength and you're not just open to all kinds of messages. Because I open and I close.
Hmm. Okay. It's in the opening and closing. Do you teach people to do that as well when they're connecting to spirit? And what would be
Yeah.
an example of doing that?
This is why that's a great question and why I love to mentor people because I teach my way. I teach the way like to go. to have like a sensitivity and then go into a room of 500 people and two mediums are teaching, which I did a few of those, in the very beginning, 25 years ago. It's too much energy for someone that's very sensitive and empathic. I always really believe is to spend a lot of time with yourself and in prayer and meditation. I think that is what really, helped me is to calm my own body, calm my own mind, and use prayer and meditation to connect with the spirit world, to open and close, to respect the spirit world, to respect your abilities, to respect what you do. It's for me, I just feel like, it's about the respect of it. I probably get more dressed up when I demonstrate spirit than when I used to go to church
Oh, interesting. I love
because I
that.
think it's such an honor and a privilege.
Hmm. We have a lot of people in the audience, and that there's so much appreciation for the type of speakers that we host on Beyond the Ordinary, and the capacity to communicate in different realms, if you will. And sometimes people in the audience feel like, well, I can't do it, and I can't hear, and I can't see, and in the way that they do. And I understand the frustration of that, because I don't pick up on people's names or somebody's specific pet, even though I may pick up an energy, and I've got my way that's developed over the years of doing
Mhm.
that. But if someone's not accustomed to connecting, it's not necessarily a great thing to connect to multiple
That's right.
entities at the same
Yeah.
time. And what would you recommend for someone to really tune into more of what's they're ready to receive and what's truly theirs, rather than broadcasting a wide net that I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
think
like that. I agree
necessarily.
with you.
Yeah.
I think it's a little because I was an anxious girl my whole life because I was a medium and didn't know it, right? So I used meditation to calm myself. And when I calmed the thoughts, I calmed the mind, and then I could get more accurate with readings. But when I first started, I had a lot of anxiety, not knowing I was really a medium. So you want to open to the light of the universe and only use the light of the universe. I've had women say they open portals and they do this, and it's like, that's your way of doing things. I don't do things that way.
Mhm.
Happy for you if that works for you. But I, I can't imagine, I've been around these, places where they're opening portals, and I'm like, I seriously run for the hills.
Well, be aware of who you're hanging out with, depending on
Yes.
what portals that they're opening, because it's there's quite a few channels that I've come across that they're extremely gifted,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that what they're tuning into is necessarily somewhere where I want to hang out.
Exactly. Somebody just wrote something in chat. It's so funny. I want to say this. I did an animal communication class. I've done several. And I get so excited because people are natural and good at it. I'm blown away and I go, oh my God, it took me years to develop that way. Or I'm so thrilled when somebody can get, and they usually always read my pets because I'm the only one that knows my pets. So I throw my pet up there and people are giving me accurate readings, and that was their first class.
Mhm.
So I don't think we could dismiss how thin the veil is right now and how much easier it is. But I don't believe that you got to beat yourself up because nothing comes through if you're not trusting. It's like loving yourself and trusting what you get. It's not always easy, but if it was that hard, I don't think anybody would want to do it because
I
there's
would
so
agree.
many other businesses to be in, right?
there's there's a lot of different opportunities to tap into. Well, and
Right.
part of it's also, we don't want to feel alone. We want to feel connected to something. We want to feel that there's a source that's guiding us. And sometimes, dang it, if someone will just give me the answer so I don't have to think so hard, it'd be nice. But it doesn't necessarily always work that way. Whenever I really ask questions for myself, I'm only really given, I'll say gifted, kind of like, what's my next right action or what's in alignment and maybe a glimpse as to what's is to come, but I never quite get a blueprint. It's extremely rare.
Yeah. I always say, like, if it's urgent, it's not important. And if it's important, it's not urgent when
Love
making a
that.
decision. Like, sit with it.
Mm,
It doesn't, you don't have to decide,
mm,
Because I think when we have to make a decision and we feel pressure or we need to call a medium or psychic or get some information, we're also blocked from flow.
mm,
And if it feels like, oh, I gotta come up with the plan, I gotta do something right, you're gonna block yourself, and it's gonna be hard even for a medium or a psychic to help, because you're blocked. You want
right.
flow. That's what it's about, flow and trust.
Mm. When you're tuning into an energy for a person and you're doing a reading or you're guiding a webinar, is there a difference in the energy or the essence that you feel when you're channeling for a human as opposed to a pet? Is there like a vibrational frequency or something that you're like, oh, it's a pet or it's a human or or a human loved one that's passed?
Yeah, that's a great question too. I don't see any difference. I mean, I've had people, mediums, try to figure out the pet thing and say, oh, you're connecting to the deceased person in the spirit world holding the pet. And I'm like, no, that's not how I work.
Mm,
I'm connecting to the soul of the pet. And that goes into a whole avalanche of, reincarnation. And the soul of the pet is like, it's like talking to a human for me.
mm,
That's what it feels like. Sometimes easier, um, because there's not all the stuff, with the
right.
human. Yeah.
It's a more direct communication. Do you guide people into learning and knowing how to communicate with their loved ones and their deceased pets as well? Are there like some particular nodal points that people can start tuning into so they can maybe start perceiving in ways that they haven't before?
I do mentorship. I haven't taught any classes recently. I may put some classes back on, but the best way is through meditation and not, I'm just like a big believer in not listening to guided meditations, but people want to hear my voice on a meditation. I believe in going inward and giving yourself a mantra, but using your own internal presence with your
Mm,
meditation, because the brain needs a mantra. I mean, there's a lot to be learned from having a mantra, but I believe in having one that you actually put together yourself. Like, I am the light, I am love, I am joy, I am hope. Excuse me, I feel love, I feel light, I feel joy, I feel hope. And then a simple,
mm,
I am the love and I am the light. I am the love and I am the light. And then your brain starts to unwind enough. I mean, it was 18 years. I mean, it's kind of not like overnight, but the animal communication was so easy and fast. It was crazy. I mean, I recovering from surgery. I don't know if I told you the story, and I wasn't doing very well because I had a really stressful job. And my brother said, like, my best friend in the world is my brother. And
mm,
he's like, Susie, you better, he calls me Susie. I'm the youngest. And he goes, you better just do something mindless. Take some silly class online. And it was an animal communication class. And we were on iPads. There was no Zooms. And the teacher put up pictures. And I started journaling about her animal. And it was it was really amazing because I'm not really a writer. I mean, I'm writing, but I don't consider myself a writer. I'm writing a lot, but I journaled about her pet, and people in the class were calling me for readings, and it was
mm,
my very first class. But I had spent so much time at the barn, with horses, massaging them, brushing them, feeding carrots, just being around animals and I was already kind of talking to animals, but I couldn't give feedback to people, right? So where do you know if you're really doing this is through a person's validation.
Mm,
because that's if it wasn't for my clients helping me along and validating, how would I, and them saying yes, yes. And sometimes they go, oh no, I didn't know them. And then they come back and they say, I think you were right, or something, or my mother said this. John, it's an art form. I never looked at it as a perfect science. I looked at it
mm.
as an artistic flow, and every artist, every medium paints the canvas differently because we all communicate and get the messages differently.
Right. Something that you do quite beautifully and expertly also is that you're an amazing medium, yes, and we'll get into some examples of that later. We'll start taking live questions and all that, which is going to be a
Okay.
lot of fun. I can't wait to get into that because Susan's amazing, y'all. I'm really excited about that. But you also help people tune into like their potential, like activating like this life purpose thing inside of them. What,
Yes,
what are you reading in people's fields when you're going through that? It's like, what do you see pop that
it's
perhaps they're not
amazing.
seeing?
Yeah, it's really beautiful, and I don't know how I just came up with it. I was mentoring somebody, and she was really stuck, newly divorced, didn't couldn't get off the couch, and I did this. Um, the second time, I said, let's try this, and I did this life purpose manifestation meditation with her live because I have an ability to help transport through hypnosis. And even if you can't be hypnotized, it's all about just relaxation. And we went and we figured out like what she loves and how to make this a business. And now she's got this wonderful business, and she's connected with every major charity in the entire world. And she gives back to charities, and she's got a great life. We did a couple of rounds of mentorship, and another young woman that I just adore. She said, I'm very trauma aware.
Mhm.
um, and that's really important, to be so gentle when people are going through, I don't know what I want to do. And they're panicking, they just have this panic. Like I got my degree and my dad's pissed at me because I'm laying on my couch and I can't seem to get a job. And they're getting jobs that are beneath them, and to just love them using the love of the universe and loving them into who they're supposed to be. Like I didn't get anywhere without the kindness of strangers. That line
Yeah.
from that Tennessee Williams play is, where I've come from and what I am today is like a complete metamorphosis,
Mm.
complete. So that's how I believe people change, is through love and healing.
And you bring in that clarity of love and healing. But again, there's something that you're able to tune into what their potential is, what they're manifesting, and to articulate in a way that it kind of creates a pathway that makes it easier for them to follow instead of shooting blind because of whatever other distractions or noises are in the field. Like,
Yeah.
like what are some examples of clients that you worked with? It's like you could pinpoint. It's like, hey, this is what's happening, and here are the steps it takes, and start activating this.
Well, the mentorship is a little different than the mediumship. Like you saw me do a demonstration. It's a little different, like how spirit connects with me when I'm channeling and mediumship. Um, it's different than when I'm mentoring, but I do get those hits just when I'm mentoring as well. Um, this young woman uh, was trying to figure out if she's a medium, or she was using tarot cards, and she's adorable. We've done several rounds, and now she's got this huge worldwide job, traveling the world. It's kind of cute. I get such a thrill. She's really young, and her dad was this big economics guy, and he was just giving her the worst time, that she was just
Mm.
laying on the couch and a failure. And she would hold the tarot cards out and read me, well, this card, and I'm like, throw those cards away, get rid of them, just read me. She was unbelievable. she was unbelievable. She saw me getting a house that I actually got. She showed me what it would look like. And I'm very, very proud of these kids. I mean, they're not all kids. I worked with a woman. She was a cafeteria cook at a Catholic school, and she would do her mentorship in her closet. And she was such a profound medium. She was so talented. So
So you're helping people activate those gifts or
I
recognize
think
it for
so.
themselves and
I don't
empowering.
know if it's me. I think it's something much bigger than me coming
But
through me, you know?
you're a conduit to activate.
Yes,
You're a conduit to activate
as you are.
potential.
Same thing. You're a
Yeah.
conduit. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know that I do that and I don't know how I do it, but sometimes the articulation of a vibrational frequency that ignites something within someone else just happens through that presence, happens through being able to hold a particular field. And it's a field that has to be created. It's not that we have non-judgment because we always want the highest potential for someone. So we're going to hold that as like what lights up the timeline. But there's like an action taking ability that gets demonstrated in the light that we hold that other people go, oh, wait, hold on a second. There's someone that's holding that torch and I can see it in a way that I couldn't before.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that that's kind of how it articulates for you.
I think you might be right. I think you might be right. And I also know that the most, best healers in the world, we wouldn't even know who they are. They're sitting in monasteries. We wouldn't even know their name,
Yeah.
because it's about quieting all the noise and not trying to figure it out and not trying to be the best.
Mm,
It's kindness and self-reflection. Meditation is key. And um, I think as time goes on, the energy like in a crowd of people in a room, it builds, it's not, I wasn't always the person that sits before you. I was so highly sensitive.
mm,
So what you do in your private time and what you're thinking about in your private time and meditating on in your private time builds your light. And that's really the key, is building that light.
I agree with you. It's I want to get into some readings if we can. I want to start promoting. I want to start promoting people to panelists, and we're going to get to the readings. And I'm going to ask everybody. I know it's exciting to have someone that can read your field in a way and have such direct answers. But now I'm going to ask that we keep the questions short and not ask
Mhm.
one after the other, after the other, after the other. If you find that I'm interrupting you, it's for a reason, because I want to make sure
Uh-huh.
that as many people can get questions answered as possible in short readings today. There's an opportunity to work deeper with Susan that's in the special offer. So you want a deeper reading. Um, and the session that is available, but I am going to ask just for respect for the community. And again, if I interrupt you, it's not because I don't love you, it's because I love the rest of our community as well. And we want to get as many people on also. So and Susan and I might tag team you. Susan offers an insight or something, the message comes through. There may be an insight coming through from me as well that I will ask you if I can share, and we'll just have fun playing with this. But again, I
Course.
love you guys. I want to make this as accessible to as many people as possible. So I ask for respecting time and respecting Susan's energy as well, as she's showing up and really giving generously with these free kind of spark readings that we're doing on live calls. So with that, I'm going to start promoting a lot of y'all to panelists. Susan, go ahead.
I don't know what that means, but I trust you with whatever you're doing. But before we start the readings, can I do a prayer and meditation for the crowd and opening? You
Absolutely.
let me know when you're ready and I'll do it.
I'm promoting people in the panelists. I would love to open up with prayers and
Okay.
blessings, yes. And before we do that, I had one person that I want to clarify something that you said when you told your client to put down her tarot cards. It's not that you have anything against tarot
Oh,
cards. It's
no.
just for her, it wasn't, it's like she didn't need to rely on them
Yes,
to
it
give
was
you the
blocked.
answers.
She was blocking herself by pulling up tarot cards. It was just a block and it was a shield because she was, I don't want to, I'm scared kind of thing.
What's your interpretation of working with cards and oracle cards and things
Oh,
like
I love cards, but I have my own interpretation. It's like
that?
I learned how to use them like 1,000 years ago. And I remember I threw them for friends and my husband's like running out of the room. And my girlfriend's like, you should be making a living at this. And I'm like, what are you all talking about? So it just never dawned on me that I would be doing this work
Mm,
because I loved mediums and psychics, and I probably was seeing mediums and psychics at age 14, right? We all
right.
love them. But I was like, oh, you're just,
Mm.
and now look,
Oh my God, amazing.
it's kind of amazing. Like, be careful what you're thinking about or judging other people for, right?
Well, especially now, again, like you said earlier, the veil is so thin, and
So thin,
our capacity to create from our thoughts and the imprint from our field
right?
is quite profound right now. And I do believe that it's even more important to get educated in these aspects that are definitely part of ourselves, um, so that we can not only create from a place of what we feel that we want and need and would want to experience in this world, but there's also a responsibility in how we're serving others
Yes.
with the ripple effects that we cause, or maybe even not considering others. And when we don't consider others, there's implications. There is a karmic effect, either negative or positive, with our creations, and we are being called
Mhm.
into a more mature form of creation that goes outside of the reptilian needs of comfort, and really take
Mhm.
into effect a higher consciousness that we're all growing into.
Mhm.
But again, how we start putting that awareness into the thought form and the alchemy of where our desires really are and why. So it's super important, and I know that you're so impeccable with that, Susan.
Oh, I'm still human, John, and I still have a reaction. And then I go, how can I react differently that'll make me feel so much better? And
Mm,
then my field feels better, and then the people around me feel better. And it's growth. It's beautiful
mm,
and it's growth. And that's what we could take away is like, how can I do a better way of responding or
mm.
feeling? And
Love
and
that.
that is a gift to work with that because you're working with your own spirit.
Mhm. Amazing. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I'm gonna start calling on y'all. Type your questions in the chat box also. Um, but if y'all just want to relax for a little bit as we're getting into anticipation mode of what's possible, I'd like to drop in and open the field. And Susan, if you would guide us through a prayer or two,
Yes, thank you, John. I love
that's in the
that.
field for all of us. Yeah.
Are you still going to be letting people in the room?
A little bit at a time while you're doing. Actually, no, I'm going to stop letting people in the room now. And I'm just going to pause for a little bit because I want to be present with the intention and the field that you're
Okay.
setting as well.
Okay, because I always do my prayer and then if people come late, then I start letting them in again, if that's
Okay, let's do
okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay. So just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths slowly and deeply. We're relaxing and letting go. And imagine a white light, God's light, the light of the universe coming from the center of the earth, moving now into the soles of your feet, moving into the ankles, the calves, the knees. And imagine this ball of loving light in your thighs, now settling into your lower back and spinning the color ruby red, moving into the lower abdomen, filling the lower abdomen with the color orange, moving into the upper belly, filling the upper belly with the color yellow, and moving into the heart area, turning the color emerald green. And breathing this light into your lungs. Imagine this ball of light in the center of your throat, turning the color sky blue. Imagine this ball of light in the center of your eyebrows, turning the color indigo. And now shooting this ball of light out through the top of your head, having it hover above your head 10 to 12 inches. Imagine this ball of light turning the color purple. And now imagine this ball of purple light turning into purple raindrops and giving you a spiritual cleanse down the front, the back, the legs, the knees, the calves, and the feet. Thank you. And you can open your eyes.
Mm. Thank you for that. Shall we go ahead and get started with callers?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Lori Young, welcome to the call. And as I call on y'all, find your button to unmute your microphone so that we don't have to fumble through that, or at least as little as possible. That way we can just move from one to the other really gracefully. And with that little touch of housekeeping, Lori, welcome to the call. And what's your question for Susan?
Thank you so very much for choosing me.
Hi.
Hi. My question is, I've lost two people, one of my favorite in the whole world about a year and a half ago, and then someone very, very, very recently. So I'm just wondering if you pick up on anything with those two guys, or from anyone, because I have more over there than I do here.
When you say two guys, you're talking about two men or two people? Okay. So what I got immediately coming in was a mother figure for you. So I don't know if this is a mother, an actual mother, or a grandmother. Do you understand this?
Yes, it could be
Yeah,
either one. Yeah.
I think it's your mom. She stands behind you when I talk to you. And I also hear, is there a name Teresa or a T initial in spirit, either with her and related to her that you would understand?
A
Forget
last
it.
name that began with a T.
A last name beginning with a T. Okay, it's okay because sometimes spirit gives me my mother's name, which is Teresa, to let me know it's your mother. But then when I said your mother, she was appearing. And would you understand? Did your mother like a lot of coffee? Would she like coffee? Because she's in your kitchen. She's like, "Where's the coffee, Susan?" Like I feel like she needed coffee to get through her day, or she would use it palliatively. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Loved coffee.
Yes. And she's saying that I love coffee. And she goes, Susan, I love it as much as you because I love coffee too. And is there an East Coast?
We're on the East Coast. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Because she's telling me, was she born and raised there? Because that's what she's talking about,
Yes.
having her roots there. And she's saying, this is my kiddo. She said, I love her more than life itself.
Mm.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
She just whispered in my ear, I love her more than life itself. And she wants you to know there is a young man that comes through too, a younger man. I feel like he would have crossed over. It feels like he looks like he's 40. But should I hold that thought, John? Should I hold that and move on to somebody else?
I
Because we
think
give,
so. Yeah.
okay.
Lori, blessings to you and how wonderful. And come back and listen and get the messages from your mom. And what a beautiful message to receive. How does it feel? She loves you more than life itself.
It's straight to the soul. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Swim in
Thank,
that love. Blessings to you.
thank you.
Hmm. Okay, let's continue. Meredith, welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. So, I've been through a lot, and through fight and flight, I've been grabbing and going and grabbing and going. And in between, I do spend time with myself.
Mhm.
And so I'm doing well, but I'm still in survival mode.
Sure.
I wanted to see if there were any breadcrumbs for me to follow because it's too much and I'd rather do less.
Sure. Oh, there's your cat. I knew
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Because I see a cat in spirit that keeps coming through for you as
Uh-huh.
well. So the cat's always around you and the cat helps calm you. So that's why the cat's here. He came back in, he or she, sometimes I don't get sexes of animals, right? And I feel like you're doing much better, they're talking about. You have slowed down because you have an awareness now of slowing down and sitting and just sitting by yourself and getting more peaceful. And just, are you doing breath work? Is that what they're showing me? Are you using the breath or
Singing.
Singing. There you go. Good. That's breath work to me. You're
Mhm.
exercising those lungs. This is going to be good. I just feel like in the next 6 months, you're definitely transitioning. So sometimes they give this to me like it's a move or a new opening for you. Is there some move coming that you would understand that they would be showing me?
Yes.
That's going to be really great for you. So are you leaving the state? Or are you going further
I have
away?
no idea.
You do. You
I have
do.
no clue.
Give yourself more credit. You really do. You're guided, and you're going to get better and better at this. And
Beautiful.
you're navigating it.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you.
Meredith, breadcrumbs. Look, you asked for breadcrumbs and you got more than breadcrumbs.
Yes. I got a whole plate.
Well, you have more, and what I would invite also is the breath into the knowing, as Susan is suggesting. It's, hey man, I am a psychic reading junkie. It's like, tell me more about me, please, and what's coming up, and what's the potential, and what am I diving into, and where am I from, and all. And it's amazing. But I keep hearing the same things over and over again. And while they're reassuring, there's just certain things I know about myself to be true, and a trust and faith that is guiding. And maybe I learned some of the nervous system things from the way that I was brought up and the environment that I grew up in, and they're not really true for me. And I'm just offering that because I think that might be true for you as well. I think you know more than you know, and you're tuning into other people's doubt that don't belong to you, and that there is a faith that you have that is guiding you forward. And I would encourage you to lean into that faith rather than into the fear.
Oh,
Choose with,
beautiful, John.
yeah,
I couldn't have said it better.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
blessings to you. And again,
Thank you
amazing
so much.
breadcrumb. Good luck on your move.
Thank you.
All right, Pamela, let's go to you. Welcome to the call.
Thank you. Well,
Hi.
I have a few people on the other side. If there are any messages, I'll take it. If not, then if anything my dog wants to tell me, it would be great.
Do you have a
Amazing.
white dog in spirit? Is there a white creature in spirit? A white
Yes.
animal? Okay, thanks, because that one just flew right in front of you. What is it, a dog or a cat?
It's a rabbit, perhaps.
Okay, because it was fast. Okay. And was that like your best buddy at the time when you had the rabbit? Just yes or no?
I don't know.
Okay, because he's saying you were his best buddy.
Oh,
Saying you were his best buddy. Okay, so you want me to pick up on people in spirit. And immediately I get an older lady around you. And I feel like it's a grandmother. Were you close to a grandmother?
very, yes.
Yeah, because she's coming in with a lot of love. Um, she says that she was a support system for you
Oh, yeah.
during troubled times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she says she's still there for you.
She's the best.
Yeah. She says but you have your own abilities, yes? You feel
Yes.
her? Yeah. Because she says we connect all the time. And so she said, thank you for paying attention. Like, I feel like, talk about breadcrumbs, like you do take the right action when you hear her or connect to her.
Wow.
So just keep working on that, working on your abilities, working with the spirit world, working with the light.
How would one know if it's your loved one or something else? I guess you would tap in.
Well, how would something else? Well, I only feel love when I work with the spirit world. So if you feel anything other than love, sit in the light, sit with the divine love and guidance of the universe. So that way you make sure that you're tapping into, I think you're guided. So I think you're just fine, doing great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Susan, one thing that I'm finding is really remarkable, and y'all play with me for a second. We're getting into some more Q&A, but this is going to help across the board in so many things. People were talking about AI and its capacity to influence and how things are moving, and not really knowing quite what to do with it, but learning how to be responsible with it, or how it can help us advance or maybe manipulate in some aspects. I would love everybody on this call and everybody in our community to get really good at communicating with AI, because one thing that AI is training us into is into how to ask better questions. The quality of our questions dictates the output that we have. And if we change words or circumstances around and tap into particular things, the more consciousness that we bring into how we want a particular response to be had, where we feel fulfilled by it or even encouraged in a direction that feels appropriate, is all determined by the consciousness that we feed it. See, I'll play with the quality of your questions. Ask, like really tap in and refine the standards of what you're asking the questions from. Am I loved? Okay, easy. Of course you're loved. What is it about me that allows me to receive the affirmation from others that I am loved? And how can I expand those qualities within me so that I can love myself better? That's a better question to ask. The algorithm from spirit is going to match it into place, because spirit is always giving us what we ask for. Perhaps we just need to learn how to ask better questions and learn how to receive in bigger ways, raise the standards of what's possible. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah, I share with y'all. And again, let's use technology to our favor. Let it entrain us to be more intelligent with our output, and how fun to create and to receive from that place. Let's get into some more Q&A. We're going to get into the special offer in a little bit, take more Q&A afterwards. We're going to play for a while. Alex, welcome to the call.
Hi, thank you for calling on me. My question, Susan, is I feel like this lifetime is just a series of difficult lessons, and I get, and pick myself up, get in a high vibration, and then I get smashed down again. And I'm wondering, my question is that true, or is that a block to how? And I've just, decided that, and I need to think differently.
I don't think it's your thinking. I think that you're just getting through it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that's okay. I don't think it's your thinking that's bringing it to you. I just think you've had a series of, I just feel like you're a marathon runner and then you're going over those big hoops. I don't know what game that is. You're like running and you're hopping over those hoops, and you got maybe a few more left and you're going to be done with that karmic energy. Like it's clearing, and I feel like it's going to work out just beautifully for you. John?
I love that. Also, I would like us to ask a question for you before we move on. What can she do to have more insight as to what's going on and improve her situation, rather than being caught in a loop that she's doing something wrong?
Well, something's definitely coming in for you that you don't see coming, but it's good. And what I believe is you have to pay attention. Does that make sense? Like paying attention to what is coming in, because I feel like there's help coming in for you, but you have to observe and not push it away, or have, realize that it's really there for you. Help. And I feel like it's going to end up putting you on another platform. Like it'll get you to the next level that you want to be in.
So am I hearing you saying that I'm not seeing the good that's there for
No,
me?
it hasn't come yet. It's coming, but don't.
Okay.
But be accepting of what it is, because it turns into something much bigger for you. Like,
Okay.
just know that it seems very small, or like you don't really see it as anything, but it actually will be something for you. Something great.
Okay.
Blessings, Alex. You may want to go deeper with the session with Susan. That's part of the special offer. And
I think so.
We'll get into it in a little bit. Something that I'd recommend for all of us, again, it's a practice for me as well, is sometimes I do get into, what am I doing wrong? And why isn't this thing, why does that problem keep occurring? And it's like, but that preoccupation, it's lost bandwidth. We're leaking energy. And so what Susan was speaking of earlier and why she loves dropping into that quiet meditation, even with a mantra. And the way that I use mantras is I use mantras as an interrupter of my thoughts. And so if I can sit in silence for as long as I can, just sit in silence. And if there's a thought that comes in that interrupts it, the monkey mind, which sometimes monkey mind isn't bad because it's clearing the cache out of our memories, right? It's clearing the system. So no judgment in monkey mind is wrong. But if I can calm it and soothe it in particular ways, there's a couple things that I do. One's I flip my hand over, and someone taught me that. And just flipping your hand over in meditation, it disrupts the mind and puts you back into a calmer pattern. And then mantra. I sit in silence. If the silence, something else kicks in other than the silence, I go into a mantra. And my mantra can be, I'm a cosmic pillar of light. I am love. I am light. I am expansion. And something that just anchors in a truth of my divinity. And something as simple as that. But again, the meditation practice, and rather than what am I doing wrong, let me be open to receiving what's next for me and what's in my highest next. I think that's a better use of your energy than trying to find the potholes along the path along the way.
And no limits. I love that word, those words, no limits. No limits to where I can go and to where I can be.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Blessings, Alex. Good luck to you.
Good luck, Alex.
Thank you.
Enjoy. So, okay, I'm going to get into a question from the chat box. There's a few questions from the chat box I want to get to. I want to get into more Q&A from the audience. And of course, we're getting into a special offer, but let's do the question from the chat because this is a business question, which I love.
Okay.
This from Jessica. I have a question about my business. I'm wondering if it's in my highest and best good to keep it going through the end of this year. I already see a big slowdown since the inauguration, and I'm concerned. I don't want to burn through the money in my business account. I could close now and use money for living expenses. I'm wondering if my deceased dad or mom are rooting for me. Of course they are. You don't need Susan for that one. And if they would help me with my business if I asked them. Thank you very much.
Well, I think she's passionate about her business. And if you have a spark of passion, it's really a spark of the God force. You know, that's in you. Whatever you're passionate about is really your calling. I mean, in some way, there's a way to take that passion and make it work. But I wouldn't close the business. I wouldn't. I hope that helps.
That's a direct answer to the question. So yeah, I think that's beautiful. And if you want further insights, again, let's go into the special offer because there's actually both packages that are being offered, I think may be wonderful for you and so many people on the call. The link for the special offer is in the chat box, y'all. Click on that blue link. If you're watching on the BTO website, click on the special offer button. If you're listening to the replay, you can just go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace, find Susan's picture and click on the special offer link there, and you'll be able to open up the gifts that Susan is providing on our call today. And I'm going to share my screen here. There's a couple of packages that we're going to go through. Excuse me as I quickly scroll through here. And y'all, these are two separate offers. If you buy package A, doesn't mean you automatically get package B. They're distinctly separate, and I want to be very clear about that. And it's soul speak. And the first package is $147. And we get into life purpose manifestation group events. It's a meditation. And tell us a little bit about what happens here, Susan. What are people going to receive?
So we are going to be on together on Zoom, and I am going to take everyone through the meditation that I talked about earlier. For people that just jumped on, it's something that I've been working privately with my mentorship. So this is really special that we're offering this to a group without personally mentoring with me. That I've seen profound changes in people using this, and I'll be taking questions, and I do want to hear some feedback from people after we're done with this meditation, and it's guided. So I always love the feedback that I get when we do this. both privately. I've never done it like in a group, so I'm really excited about this. This is very special.
What kind of feedback do you get? What type of benefits are the recipients
Uh,
reporting?
Amazing. A woman in Australia decided to go to the barn and start working with horses and buy a healing tool to bring to help with the horses. And then she had a whole business from doing that. The other girl that I spoke about couldn't get off her dad's couch after college. We did 3 rounds of mentorship, but we did this meditation. She was very stuck, but we did it probably once, but then the second round of meditation with me one-on-one, we really got to where she needed to be personally. And now she travels the world and has an amazing career, and we stay in touch on WhatsApp.
Amazing. Amazing. So this is a 60-minute class with Q&A segment. And what can the Q&A include? Is that like to go through some of the experience, what people
Yes.
did?
Yes, because I will take a few people and I'm curious as to how they felt or what motivated them during the meditation. It's kind of like it's a guided meditation, and there's points that will come up for you during it that'll be the key. It's like a key for a door that you open and unlock.
And it's finding that within yourselves. And again, it's meeting us where we are, and then what else is possible.
Exactly.
That potential.
Yes.
Amazing. So that's package A, y'all. And again, it's a group experience that you're receiving that. And then package B, which is a discounted from Susan's 20-minute reading, is actually a 25-minute mediumship reading. And that also includes a life purpose manifestation meditation, which was pre-recorded before. So you receive that in there, and that's $299 for that. And Susan, what happens in 25 minutes of mediumship reading?
Well, I talk fast and I talk a lot. So I still offer 20-minute mediumship readings for people, but they're $350. And so this is a nice special offer that we're doing, and we're including the meditation with it. But I won't be live with you during the meditation. This is something you will do on your own. And I think this is such a great deal and a great package to get to work with me and to also have that takeaway.
And we can tune into pets, loved ones, we can talk about business. Do you also tune into people's guides that are coming in that are not necessarily they've incarnated? It's like different messengers.
I did a reading for a man the other day, and it was this gorgeous woman with long blonde hair, and she had all this light behind her, and he goes, it was amazing reading. I mean, for me, it was his angel, because that's what he wanted, to talk to an angel. And I don't have a lot of those because I prefer the evidence of talking to the deceased or talking to dead people or dead pets or even living pets. And when they book this, my preference is choose if you want to talk to your pet, other stuff comes in. Like you can't hold back. It's like a faucet that you open when you start talking to dead people, which I love talking to dead people, but it's like the faucet opens. I was just doing animals for years and years, and somebody's deceased father appeared in the photo of me and my dad across the room, and I knew it wasn't my dad, so I started to describe him, and I went to the spirit world. If you're going to be this gentle and kind and come into my readings like this, I'll work for you.
Nice. This is a great opportunity to work with Susan. Again, her accuracy and the way that she reads is just profound. So I was excited for Susan to come on. And again, to offer this experience on BTO for all of us, but to have the opportunity to dive deeper and something that's more accessible and goes deeper even than what she normally offers. So it's a fantastic opportunity. Again, the link for the special offers in the chat box. It's also at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. And again, we'll run the replays of the call later also, so you'll have access to the replay and the special offer through those links as well. But with that, I want to continue with some more callers, Susan, if you're up for it.
Sure.
Let's see here. Let's go to Rachel now. Hey, Rachel, welcome to the call. Oh, Rochelle. Rochelle. Hi, Rochelle.
Hi.
My apologies.
No worries. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Susan. Thanks. I just was curious if my mom had anything to say about that day or the path that I'm on.
Can I ask you a question? Would you understand why I would see a car driving? Are you doing a lot of driving, or did your mom do driving, or did you end up in car rides with her, commuting? I just feel like there's some change happening.
I don't know about the car.
Okay, so you want to ask
other-
your mom about the path
Well,
that
maybe
you're
that
on?
day. I think she passed away while I was driving to her. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Hold on. And would the car be like with the day that she passed away, was the car, just curious, were you driving a lighter colored car, like a white car?
Yeah.
Okay. She was in the car with you. So you were driving to her and she was in the car with you. So her soul had left. Do you understand that? And did she have chest problems or a heart problem? Something in the chest area.
No, cancer, breast cancer.
Okay, thank you. She showed me the chest and she holds her chest. She said you won't get that. Just so you need to just know she likes to pass that on. I don't think she would have been able to pass with you in the room. There was such a connection. Do you understand? It would have been harder for her to leave you. Harder for her to leave her body and soul. But when she was free of that pain in the body, and did it metastasize to bone? Yeah, because she said, oh, it hurt a lot. And she said that when I was out of that body, she's like living it up. Would she have like slot machines, or is there somebody in spirit that would like slot machines or like fun at the casino? I wonder if I'm picking up on somebody else. Sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like it's somebody else because somebody's just like at a slot machine. There's a lot of people coming in. Was there just one other? Was there a small pet and it looked it looked like a terrier? Would you understand that? Either connected with you or your mom? Because she's with a dog in the spirit world. It's
Yeah.
small. It's not a big dog.
Yeah, small one that kind of looks like Benji, maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Was that hers?
That was mine growing up.
Okay, she's got the dog. She wanted to it looks like a cutie patootie dog. Well, she's got the dog. And she gives me a big heart of roses for you. A big heart. So you are her heart.
Thank you so much.
Ah, beautiful. Blessings to you. What a beautiful message to receive.
Thank you.
Susan, what's your greatest satisfaction in doing this?
It feels good. I could put like it's called like it feels like I get out of my own way. I don't have to think about my own life. And I just push myself out of the way and I just let spirit come through. Not that my own life is bad. My own life is great, but it's just such a reprieve from monkey mind or thinking about what packing and leaving town. And, you just want to it's presence. It's being in the light and the presence of something greater than my life,
Well, it's so interesting that when we're in service to others, like the worries of our mundane lives seem to go away. It's that they're inconsequential in that presence. So how beautiful.
I see all the slot machine people now in chat.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm sorry.
We'll see what the
I
slot
opened
machine.
up a whole slot machine.
It's not my family. It ain't me. So I don't know when is
But let me
y'all
can I
hanging out.
just ask this woman, did your mother also smoke? Your mom, Nancy, who was the mom that would smoke at the slot machines? Because I'm getting a mom that smoked. And if you don't answer, that's okay too.
Let's see if anybody's answering here.
Yeah, let's just see.
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
Some random.
Me, my mom, my dog. Kimmy's saying that it's her. We'll see. Interesting. A lot of people, or
I know, forget it.
Y'all-
Forget it. There's a lot of moms smoking.
maybe
in
they're all
slot
hanging out
machines.
together right now. So maybe that's part of it. Let me get to this next question. This is
Yes,
interesting.
please.
Let me see here. Let me find it. I want to get to it. So Debbie is writing in, Susan, how's my son Danny in spirit recently connecting with me? Is he pushing me with this recent schoolwork I'm involved in? Thank you and blessings, Debbie.
Could she go on camera? No?
Debbie, can you
Okay.
come on camera? Raise your hand.
I
And
wanna.
let's see. And maybe if you find your hand, raise it on the computer screen. I will get to you in a little bit.
I'm sorry, did I complicate things?
Nah, if Debbie wants to raise her hand, she can. So again,
Okay.
we'll get into it, and I'll find you, Debbie. Chris will help you find how to do that. Chris, help Debbie on the chat box while I go to another caller. And oh, look, she found it. I'm going to promote you panelist, Debbie, but don't unmute. I'll get back to you in a second. For now, I want to go to Marisol. Marisol, welcome to the call.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so my brother passed away about 2 months ago, and I'm just curious to see if he can come through.
Let me ask you this. Is there an L initial in spirit for you? An L, maybe your brother or not associated with your brother. Is there an L initial like in the name Lewis? An L?
That's his first name, Luis.
Thank you. He's here. He just gave me, he had a big personality, did he not?
Yes.
Very big personality. He just high-fived me. He goes, and I haven't seen anybody high-five me in a very long time. So he's got a big, bold personality. And he said you were his mentor and helper in many respects. Like he would turn to you for advice. And he said you were very spot on with many things. And he goes, did he have like, did he struggle with things? Do you understand that? Like, did he like drinking or smoking, or was there a struggle? Did he have a struggle? Just yes or no. Doesn't have to be any of those things. He just feels like he was struggling. Do you understand that?
Well, with cancer at the end.
Okay, thank you. So was he taking a lot of meds?
Yes.
Okay, he didn't like that because he's showing me like the ingestion of things that made him feel really bad. It's almost like he said you knew when he was going to go. He said she knew when I was going. And he said that you helped him cross over. So when they tell me this, it's almost like, you could cross over like a Cessna, like a single engine plane that takes forever, or you could cross over like a jet. You helped him and he crossed over like a jet. So it was the words that you spoke, your presence that helped him. And he's in appreciation for those things. He was a hard worker, though. He was a very hard worker, he said.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah, Marisol. He's a very hard worker, and he said he loved his work and he loved providing. And he's grateful. He's grateful for the life that he had. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
All right, blessings, Marisol.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's continue here. Debbie O'Connor, welcome to the call. If you can find your unmute button, please.
Yes, thank you. Hi, thank you very much.
Debbie.
Hi. So my son Danny, it's been 10 years, but he's pretty strong in spirit. And you know, it's funny, I have to say something to you. He said, I think he said this earlier. He said, Mom, you're going to be on camera whether you want to or not. And I was like, when you said the camera, I thought, darn it. So I had to tell you.
Honey, did he love animals?
I
Did
think
he
he
love
did.
animals?
We didn't. Yeah, we have a cat. He pretended that he didn't love her, but I know he does. She's still with us.
Oh,
She's,
sweet.
yeah.
Because he shows me a lot of sunshine where he is. He liked the sun.
Oh, yeah.
And he's showing me that he likes being like in the sun, and this is what did he like the beach or surf? Did he like?
Yeah, actually, that's so weird. He didn't love the beach, but he does over there. I think I've heard this before, Susan, and he see
Okay.
that. So yeah, there's the sun for sure.
Well, he's out of the body, so he could do whatever he wants now
Exactly.
with ease and grace, honestly. So I feel like there was a struggle for him
Yes.
towards the end of his life, and he said he didn't want to. Was he able to breathe on his own towards the end? Because I feel like he.
Well, he, unlike, I mean, like, unfortunately, many, this was 2015, it was fentanyl. It
Yeah,
was
I feel like
a
he couldn't.
quickie,
Yeah,
right?
he
It was
couldn't
off the
get
street.
the words, or he
He could
choked
not
or
breathe.
something. It was like
Yes.
he said he was on the other side really fast, Mom. So I'm sure that you've
Yes.
heard that before. He is around your cat. So did your cat look
I,
up a lot? Like when
I
you
knew it.
notice your cat?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Of course.
he's
Yes.
like he
I'll even
messes with the cat.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it, Susan. Thank you for confirming that.
And did he like shopping? Did he like going
Love.
shopping?
Just
Yeah,
he
he's
likes
still
shopping way more
shopping.
than me.
He likes shopping. He liked
Oh,
buying
all the time. The
clothes,
guy wore
and
like I can't even go there. Yeah, clothing was his thing.
he
And
loves shopping. He's telling me.
oh my
My mom
gosh.
will know it's me because I love. Was it Abercrombie and
Oh
Fitch?
my
Was
God.
that? Because he loves those clothes. He just.
I cannot believe I can even smell Abercrombie as you say. That's great.
Does it
That's
have a
kind of the thing.
smell? Do they have
Yes.
a? Oh,
Oh
It
okay.
yeah.
touched
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yes, right,
Yeah,
Just
you
John?
it
walk in
goes to
and just
show
like a
you.
blown over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Okay,
I'm
because
going to school right now, and I'm wondering, going back at my age, and I have a feeling he's pushing me
he
a little
is.
bit
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
He
because
said, "Stop talking about your age. Get the hell out there." What are you talking about?
I do this
He
all the
goes,
time.
he thinks you're beautiful. He goes, my mom's beautiful. Her age.
He's so cute. Okay, thank you. That's definitely him, Susan. That is, without a doubt, you have got my son right there. And I'm sorry if
Beautiful.
he's bothering you. So thank you.
Oh, no, he's not bothering me. He's lovely. He's a lovely boy, and I'm so sorry for your loss, but he's always around you, and school is going to really do good for you and the outcome of school. So congratulations
Thank
on
you. Thank
that.
you so much.
Congratulations.
I really appreciate it.
Of
Okay.
course.
Bye-bye
Blessings,
now.
Debbie.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Y'all, I'm telling you, the mediumship readings, it's wow. That depth of connection, it's readings about what's coming up for me are potentially just amazing. But really, when there's a deep connection with mom and dad who've passed away 10 and 4 or 5 years ago, it's like those pings of connection are so much more valuable than anything that I can accumulate coming up in the future. And I would rather let that unfold, and I would give anything to have another minute, 5 minutes, hour with my parents. So it's so beautiful, really, when we count what's important and count our blessings, to know how much love they carry for us, how easily we really can tune into them. How amazing it is to work with someone like Susan, who can be a clear conduit for translating in a language that we can comprehend, that they can emit from, so that we can receive that vibratory vitality of their love, to remind us what's possible, across and beyond any fears that we may have or uncertainties. It's quite extraordinary.
100%, John. And the other thing I want to add is, when we're thinking about them, like when you're thinking about a loved one, they put that thought in your head because they're with you and thinking about you, which is really amazing. So when I like suddenly think of my dad, I'm like, hey, Dad, thanks. You're here, but they're always there. It's like they're a breath away. I'm breathing, they're right here.
Right there. And again, what a gift to be able to tune into that. But again, you work with people on their manifestation of activating their potential, like what's coming up for them as well. And again, the fluidity of the grace of all of it. Not that we have to limit how we communicate, but to really merge that is quite a gift. And the special offer of Susan, again, the group meditation, going into manifestation of a potential that you have access to. If you can only learn how to see it more clearly, again, it's like asking ChatGPT for the coordinates, asking the more precise questions, tapping in, allowing that technology to come in and pinpoint something more accurately, because you can hold that vibrational field and perhaps in ways that you didn't even know that you were capable of. So that's the first package. And then 25 minutes in the mediumship reading. Amazing what can come through. And you do tune into the potential of what's coming through for people.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I don't like when I'm doing it, I forget what I say, and then I get the emails. You told me I'm buying a house on the ocean and it was green. I wasn't even looking for real estate. A deal came up and I bought a house on the ocean and it's green. And it's like, huh?
Amazing. Or you pinged into my book right away. You're like, write the book, it's calling you, do it right away. It's like, yeah.
Did I really? I have no memory of that.
You did. It was absolutely amazing. Just incredible. Anyway, y'all, the link for the special offer is in the chat box. I highly recommend this interaction with Susan. So we'll leave it up there for you as we continue on the call. We'll take a few more calls and questions that are coming in as well. But right now, let's go to Caroline. Welcome to, well, hold on a second. I have Caroline and Carolyn. And because it bothers me when someone almost calls my name and doesn't call my name, it's such a like, so I'm going to call on both of y'all. So let me start with Caroline first, and then we'll go to Carolyn. So Caroline, let's start with you first.
Great. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, Susan. I'm just looking for maybe any information from any of my past loved ones to do with anything, really.
Okay, let me see what's coming in. Would there have been towards the end of one's life, either from a parent, was there a breathing issue or a need for more air? Do you understand that? Okay.
Yeah, no, not really, not from what I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this. And was there somebody that was struggling with work that would have crossed, that was having issues with work or struggling to get work or issues at work? Something with the working environment.
No, my mother who passed was elderly, and my brother who passed had some mental health issues.
Okay.
So it didn't really work at all. So I can't think of anybody else.
Is it possibly with you? Are you in between careers? Do you understand this, or trying to get more work?
Kind of, yeah. I'm retraining. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
retraining at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, because they're giving me these messages. So, okay. And are you getting like a higher degree or the next degree, or like a certificate? Do you understand this? Yeah. Okay. Because they're around you when you're doing that.
Yep, correct.
They're around you when you're doing that, and they're talking about your sleep. Do you have difficulty sleeping sometimes? Why would you understand the sleep? They're around you when you get up and either make a cup of tea, or they're trying to help you get back to bed because they said you need your sleep. But they said that this is going to be quite good for you, and it has the person that's saying it has the same exact accent that you have, so Australia, right?
Kiwi.
And Kiwi, okay. And I feel like it's your mom. Is your mom in spirit?
Yep.
I feel like it's mom energy coming in, and she's telling me how proud she is of you. You might have told me that she's in spirit, but I didn't remember. She's saying that she's very, very proud of you, that you always helped her, and you were always like a backbone. She uses the word backbone.
Oh, yeah.
She said that she always could lean on you when she needed help, and you were always there for her. Who's the nurse? Do you know? Is there a nurse?
Yeah, two of my mum's sisters. One of them's passed now, but
Okay.
they were both nurses.
Okay, because the nurses are coming in. They're all together. And is there a Debbie or a D initial that you would understand? A D, Debbie, David, Debbie. I feel like it's female.
No,
Okay.
no. The last name, one of the last names starts with a D.
Okay.
Yeah,
And would
that
you
helps.
understand crutches? Was somebody on crutches?
That was
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm glad you're not on the crutches anymore. And so
Two.
are, and so are they. I'm not
Yes.
quite sure who the D is, so I apologize for that. I'm not quite sure. Was
Okay.
that somebody that you wanted to come in? The D initial, the last name with the D.
No,
No.
I was more about my mum or my brother. Yeah.
Yeah, and more about you sleeping and being able to sleep is going to be very, very important over the next couple of months. So if it's melatonin or magnesium baths, work on your sleep. You're going to need your sleep.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I've been sick for the last 2 weeks, so I've been sleeping a lot.
Oh, I'm so grateful. Not that you're sick, but I'm glad that you're sleeping.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
love.
you.
Blessings to you. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
I'm glad you came in. Carolyn, I'm going to get to you in a second. I promise, but I'm wondering if we can do just a quick tap in, Susan, as we're getting close to the end of the call.
Okay.
But Eva wrote in that her ex-husband died last fall. They'd been divorced for 30 years, but there's still bitterness between them from him to her.
Okay.
And she wants to know if he might have any messages for her.
Bitterness that she's mad. Is
He's
that
mad
it?
at her.
He's mad at her. He's over it. He doesn't have any of that. He's not mad at her. I think so.
There you go.
I hope that helps.
Breathe, like really breathe into
Because
like
that's what really crosses you over so quickly. Your irritations, your anger. People write that anger out, write it out, get it out of your body, rip it up, read it to somebody and rip it up to shreds. Anger will kill you.
There you go. There you go. All right. Carolyn, welcome to the call.
Hi, thank you so much. So I just popped into the chat. I just had a wave of nausea. I fainted and broke my ankle. So
oh, poor baby.
Thanks. I'm unemployed now for a few months, until I can get my bearings. And I've had a wave of kind of, well, this was here for a reason. What's up now? I know I've been trying to tap into what's next, spiritually, whatever. So I've had lots of visits from my past animal companions, my parents, got lots of guardians coming in on out. And I just want to know what you see, please.
Well, I know this might sound crazy, but I just see this treasure chest open with all this gold coming out of it. That was the first vision I got when you came on. So I feel like you're taken care of and you'll always be taken care of because I feel like it's almost like you broke your ankle, but this angel came and picked you up. Like it could have been a lot worse and you're on the mends and everything's going to be just fine. I hope that helps.
Oh, that does help. Is there any areas that the chest wants to take me?
Go with what you're passionate about. Maybe do the meditation with me. That might help you. But it's always like there's that, we just don't trust it. I don't know how, I trusted this finally, but it was through great loss and great pain of losing my dog. I finally said, what do I care what people think? I got through that. It was worse than losing my mother when I was 26, losing this little dog. So I relate to pet loss like there's no other.
All right, love.
Thank you.
Blessings in your journey. And I see you're in your highest.
I do too.
Thank you. I feel it. Thank you so much for that.
Well, feeling is everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeling is your heart. It's your passion.
I'm right here now. So I so appreciate what you've been feeding us all the time. And thank you so much for this. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Blessings.
Blessings, Carolyn.
Blessings.
Oh my God, Susan, amazing. Thank you. You've been like on it today. Well, I know we've gone through a lot of quick readings, which has been amazing. Y'all, the opportunity to go deep with Susan into sessions and the guidance and the communication that comes through is a gift that I hope that you have the opportunity to give to yourself. And of course, the manifestation course and tapping into what's awakening in you. Powerful. If someone's going into that manifestation meditation, do they have to know what they're trying to manifest, or you help them?
No, that's like the last thing you want to worry about is worry. You just want to relax and let go and let my voice guide you to where we're going to go together. Does that make sense?
So don't come in with an intention where you want to go,
nothing.
I want to create the perfect job or the perfect relationship, and I'm going to be here to alchemize that because I'm holding it. You're actually asking us to do the opposite, to let go of any expectations.
Well, not the expectations, but let go of thinking you need to know. I mean, let the spirit world and let the meditation guide you and be in acceptance, and because it's always for our highest good. Being open and accepting.
And we tap into other intelligence that live within us.
Absolutely.
Let go of the mind and the visioning and the controlling. So it's
absolutely.
It's a different type of co-creation. I would say at a higher level.
The light's so bright right now. I mean, we see the world like in chaos a lot of the times. I recommend not tapping into that, but tapping into the light of the universe, because that's sheer love and light, and that's what will get you to the next place you want to be at.
Beautiful. Susan, this has been amazing. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, John. You're such a wonderful human being, and it was such a pleasure to meet you in Kauai. I was so lucky to have you in the audience and meet you. It's just such a gift. I mean, I said, I think that's what I was supposed to demonstrate in Kauai, because he was.
I signed up for an event that I normally wouldn't have signed up for. I saw it. It's like, I need to sign up for that like weeks in advance, which I never do. So again, following guidance, trusting without needing to know. That's beautiful. Y'all, I wish I could have gotten to everybody's calls. It's just go deeper into the special offer. I know that there's a lot of energy here that benefits all of us, and the open-heartedness that we receive by, they call it mudita, being so in appreciation for somebody else's joy, that we get fed off of that as well, and that opens us also. There's so much of that going around right now, and I recommend that we tap into that, tap into other people's wins and achievements, and it inspires something within us that can't ever be taken away. So I appreciate the light that all of y'all bring onto these calls, your presence, your consciousness, your intentions, how much you have grown, and what you're bringing to the table for all of us. So blessings and namaste to each and every one of you. And Susan, until the next time. Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to do this again. Would it be okay if I close this out really quick?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for allowing me to do that. So please close your eyes and just take another deep, beautiful breath of beautiful light. And imagine that gorgeous white light on top of your head coming down through the top of your head into your neck, your upper back, your middle back, your legs, your knees, your calves, and your feet, and allow that beautiful ball of light to go deep, deep into the earth while grounding you into the earth, and just acknowledging what you got out of this beautiful call with John today and the messages from the spirit world, and just say thank you so much in advance for your messages, love and light. Amen. And we are done.
We are done. All right. Blessings, everybody. Susan, blessings. Until the next time.
John.
Everybody have a great evening. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.